Hi, I'm Dr. Varudhini Kankipati, a counselling psychologist. In my previous video, we were talking about what makes or doesn't make a good therapist or a bad therapist. I don't like using the word bad, but let's just say that for convenience sake. In this video, I really wanted to talk or reach out to fellow therapists and maybe share a little bit about what my professional experience has been as a therapist and what are some of the things that would help fellow therapists or therapists who have just started their journey, professional journey, and what to look out for. The one thing I found professionally is that we need to keep a balance in our life with the number of clients we see and what we do with our remaining time, because you will not understand, or I cannot tell you how important it is to be able to keep a tab on emotionally how much time you are investing in sessions. I say this as one of the most important things because a couple of years ago, when the pandemic happened, I felt at that point there were so many people who were reaching out for therapy, and I felt like, okay, it was my duty to be able to take on more clients and be there because it was the need of the hour. And so I started seeing more than my usual 4 to 5 clients. I started to see almost 8 clients in that working day. The thing I noticed was I kept that going through the pandemic in the beginning. Those were the months of 2020, that was, I'll tell you, the months of October, November, December. By the time we reached December, I was so mentally exhausted that my body started to give in. I had fever, I could not really think straight. I had a breakdown almost where I really found it hard to get up and do things. I felt like that was such a big learning moment for me because here I am, I teach therapy to different institutions, and I've been telling people to do this, and I didn't even listen to my own words. So I can really tell you from my own experience that you cannot underestimate how important it is for therapists to be able to balance the number of clients that they're seeing and their own emotional support that's existing. A second point is, and I feel this is very important, is that just because we're therapists, it does not mean that we have got our life sorted out. It doesn't. I still have the same challenges as maybe the second person. But what I do have an advantage of is the awareness that I need to keep a tab on how I'm thinking and feeling. And for that, what I do is I gather a really good support system of my family and really good, wonderful friends that I have. And I also have a therapist. And this really helps me to learn to be aware of what I'm going through so it doesn't interfere in the sessions. And I'm keeping a tab on knowing how to professionally be at my best. So the second point is make sure that you get your support both with a therapist, if you can find one, or at least you have a good family support and friends to talk to. The third one I feel is very, very important is that I feel like other professions like social workers, doctors, they keep a tab on the pulse of what people are going through. But if you have a variety of clients, you have a profound knowledge on what the current situation is of what people are really going through. This needs to be shared by other platforms. So this will really help you in understanding what your professional experiences has been and how do you translate that in giving back to society. So I think either you go back to teaching or you do something where you feel like you're able to give your understanding of what you're seeing on ground level, root level. These are people with the problems coming to you that you can give back and understand, hey, this is really what I'm experiencing with depression right now. I'll give a small little example, and I'm going to do another video on this shortly, is that over the pandemic, I have seen firsthand that the number of people who are now shopaholics have increased. And that's something that I'm seeing right there with the number of clients I'm seeing. And it's something that I know that I need to give back and say, hey, I'm seeing this trend. We need to get back to seeing how we can help people that in learning how to control that. So that's another one. And one more, and at the beginning, I think that when you have fellow therapists and you have a big network of people who are in your therapy network, it's really helpful, because if you know that there are other existing therapists out there, and you have a client who comes in with a certain area, and you know that there's another therapist existing there who is a specialist in maybe just say childhood abuse or trauma, then in all probability you know how to give the support, the right type of support to your client. And therefore it's very important in your professional being to network with fellow therapists and build on that, because the number one priority is how best to provide support to your client. And when you know where and how to go get proper resources, it really helps in your journey. So I hope this video really has made the point. There's a little bit of personal disclosure here. I can't overemphasize the importance of taking care of yourself in this profession. So please do take care. And if you have any tips on how you've learned to kind of balance your life out in this profession, please do drop me a comment, because I would love to know additional tips, and maybe I can do one more video to share it with everyone else. Thank you so much for being with me here. If you do like what we've shared today, please do like, share, and subscribe. Take care, guys. Bye.